Hi, it's me. Some of you may know me as Brendan, others may know me as the critically acclaimed YouTuber Bluestuff, and some of you, for some reason, may know me as the host of the I Hate Everything podcast, or even better, host of the Tonight Talk, which... Yeah. I am back. After 7 months of being locked in the gulag, I am fucking back. It has been a pretty long period of time since I have made my last video, which, if I'm correct, as of the making of this video, was about 7-8 months ago, almost a year. And a lot of you dedicated fans, I guess, would like to know where I've been or how I've been doing. And I did make an update video slightly before I came back to New York, talking originally about what I've been doing. For those of you who did not watch that video, or for those who have and have dementia or something, I don't know. I've been gone for 7 months on a Disney college program journey. It was pretty cool, pretty fun. There was a lot of stuff that went on. I would talk more about it, but unfortunately, I signed many NDAs, and until those NDAs expire, which probably won't be for a while, I will not be talking about the college program. Not in detail, but there is a lot to talk about, and I will talk about it at some point, just not right now. While I was gone for the 7 months, I was in Florida, pretty much just rebuilding my life. When I left, I wasn't exactly in the best of positions, and I was able to kind of bounce back emotionally, be a lot more mentally stable, and I'm really happy about that. So for those of you who don't like that I was gone for 7 months, I apologize for not saying anything, but also, fuck you. I'm not gonna apologize for making myself a happier person. So you'll get my apology for not really providing any substance as to where I was, but outside of that, no, I don't regret what I did. And now that I am back with a lot more happiness in my brain and not running completely on fumes, I decided it was time to, at the bare minimum, focus on what the future of this channel is going to be, or at least somewhat look like. Good. Now let me start by saying, yes, I am aware there is a lot of shit that was started on this channel that was not fucking finished. The Persona 3 Let's Play, the Silent Hill 2 Let's Play, the Wolfenstein Let's Play, which I have 5 fucking Wolfenstein videos and I haven't edited a single one of them. You know why? It fucking sucks. There are video ideas that I've wanted to do for a while that I probably won't be doing. And I think a lot of the effort that has been put into everything in this channel is probably going to restart starting now. So before I go any further, I would like to warn everyone. This is not going to be a video you're happy with. In fact, many of you will be pissed off by this video, and that is okay. You have the right to be offended. I have the right to not give a shit. With that in mind, you know my mindset. Let's get into it. You never see it come. Starting off strong. I'd be a bit of an idiot if I didn't talk about how important Persona was to this channel, at least from making it a channel that was a very small niche audience channel to a slightly less smaller niche channel audience. And I really don't think that Persona is something I plan on giving up anytime soon. Personally, I like the franchise. I like playing the JRPG element of it, but there are some issues that I think need to be resolved before I go back into the community, and I will get into that in a second. For example, I think it's a little bit rough having to be in a situation where me, somebody who likes the game for its JRPG element, for its general storytelling. I've been a huge fan of Asian storytelling for a long time now. And then I get kind of compared, because I like Persona, to the fans who are extraordinarily hardcore Persona fans. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I did not ask for that. As a content creator, you think about this stuff and you make these decisions, and those decisions have an impact on your audience. And I'm well aware that a big chunk of my audience is hardcore Persona fans, and that's totally fine. I don't want to judge what you like and what you don't like, but I've grown old enough to kind of understand that sometimes you have an audience that appreciates something that you probably don't quite understand, whether it's a maturity kind of thing or if it's just a personal preference type of thing. Personally, I don't feel comfortable being grouped with some of the same people who like minors, which of course, fictional characters, you make whatever excuses you want to make. I don't give a shit. I don't really care to know, and I don't really have much of an issue with the community in general, but there are a select few in the community that have this problem, and for me as a Persona YouTuber to be grouped in that same category, it's not good. It's not good, and I don't like that at all. Moving forward, since I want this channel to be a lot more fluid, I also don't want this channel to rely on Persona, which means that we will probably not be getting another Persona video that is anything like anything else I've ever made. I have some plans on what I want to do. I do want to review some Persona soundtracks. If you guys actually remember, some of you, in fact, most of you might not actually, the first ever videos that I got popular off of were the Persona 4 versus Persona 5 soundtrack videos. Those were really good. I think they're really funny and have some great content in them if you want to check them out. Fair warning, that was when I had a goatee, which, what the fuck? That was a real part of my life. If I grew a goatee now, I think I'd probably be able to pull it off a lot better. A lot more facial hair. I was what, 17 when that series came out? Rough. Jesus Christ. Also, some of you probably are in culture shock right now. I used to have a beard. I forgot about that. Last time I made a video, I had a beard. Whew. Not anymore. You baby Brendan right here. But yeah, Persona, I think as a focal point of the channel, as a centerpiece, is probably not going to continue on like that anymore. And yeah, it is partly because of what the community can sometimes represent, but I think also part of it is that I'm tired of Persona as a content creator. There's not really much content to make there, so it's not easy to sit down and really be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a Persona video today. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really possible in a lot of ways. So unfortunate, but here we are. Oh boy. I'm gonna say the same thing about Doki Doki Literature Club that I just said about Persona. I don't even know why this is a part of the thing. I think what makes this part so upsetting to me is that while Persona definitely helped me as a stepping stone become a better channel and a bigger channel, Doki Doki Literature Club skyrocketed the channel. At least to the biggest growth Bluestuff has seen in years, and we'll probably see for a little while. And that's not by accident. The videos that I made on Doki Doki Literature Club, with the exception of a few, were really good videos, and I think that to like them, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, some of you remember the absolute fucking shitfest that was DDLC The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or DDLC Plus, which, by the way, going on 3 years without a secondary installment, you fuckers were wrong. I really don't want to do DDLC content anymore because, number one, I fucking hate the DDLC community. They don't like me either. The feeling is mutual, don't get me wrong. But also, again, it goes back to, you know, anime characters, all minors. I don't want to associate with the same people that are like that. And when I was a minor, I also made, you know, those videos and the whole My Favorite DDLC Girl, which was a completely satirical video, but also very much so rubs me the wrong way to this day as someone who's older and also not as willing to give up a lot in order to gain views. I do think that my time with DDLC and DDLC Plus was very much so worth it. I got to kind of get people thinking, which was nice. I'm pretty sure I'm still the only content creator who shat on DDLC Plus before anybody else, and I will toot my own horn. I'm probably the person who pioneered that, because I know that there are people now who have criticized the game, and I think that a lot of their criticisms are my criticisms that I brought up first. So it's nice to see people kind of going around and realizing the same shit that I did. It's very funny to see it, because the DDLC fans that, you know, watch their videos are sitting there like, didn't that fucker with the goatee, didn't he say the same shit? And you're just sitting there like, oh my god, Wow. It's really funny, ironically. I love what I've done with Doki Doki Literature Club as a means of the videos that I made previously, but I don't really see myself wanting to be a part of that community. Will I shit on Dan Salvato? Most likely. I probably will talk about the secondary installment if it happens. And will I talk more about DDLC Plus? No, there's no real reason to. I've already talked enough about it. And that's pretty much it for that. So yeah, sorry for those who are huge DDLC fans, but I'm never doing other DDLC videos again, unless it is to be a critic. And, well, that might happen, but you never know. I'm just going to kind of keep it as is now.
In all my years of being a gamer, I have never seen such a hot MILF.
It's kind of hard to talk about Resident Evil because on one hand, I haven't really talked about it in great detail. On the other hand, it's probably the third most talked about topic on my channel, which says a lot. It's one of the first topics I talked about when I first started doing commentary videos. I know the first was Fortnite, and then I made a video on the Resident Evil 3 remake and how it was the worst Resident Evil game ever, which is an opinion. And with the Resident Evil 4 remake that came out fairly recently, which I played, it's incredible. I do plan on talking about it at some point. It's a really good game. I do believe that ultimately I probably won't talk a lot about Resident Evil. I may joke about it. I may make some videos on it depending on what releases and what doesn't release and what's new and what's old. I want to lean towards retrospectives a bit more, so maybe not. We'll see. I think Resident Evil kind of has a bit of a question mark around it where it's like, you know, maybe we'll do it, maybe not. It depends on the weather. It depends on, you know, in all seriousness, it really depends on what I want to make. So Resident Evil is probably going to be a question mark for now, but it won't be to the extent that Persona and DDLC are. In my restless dreams, I see that city. Silent Hill. Silent Hill is a bit different. I've talked about Silent Hill probably most recently because its retrospective came out after Manhunt, I think. Shout out if you know the Manhunt retrospective. That one's a really funny one to think about. I remember talking about Silent Hill in better detail because I, number one, was a better video essay creator, and also number two, I was much more excited about Silent Hill, and I still kind of am. The Silent Hill 2 remake is something that's definitely on my wish list, and I will be purchasing it the second it comes out, so I will continue to talk about Silent Hill. Again, not at the capacity that I used to, but I will talk about it. It's probably in the same field as Resident Evil. If not, it's probably a notch above for being more of a certainty. So there's that. If you're a Silent Hill fan, congratulations. You're gonna get some Silent Hill content for sure. That's gonna happen. But those are the major games that I have talked about that I don't really want to focus so much on anymore. Not because they're bad games. Let me iterate that. I don't think Persona or Doki Doki Literature Club or Resident Evil or Silent Hill or any of the other games I talked about that I won't be talking about anymore, I don't think any of them are bad games. I never have, and I never really will. But for all but two of those games, I think that, which is half of the games, what the fuck? For Persona and DDLC, it's more of a, I'm aware of this community and I'm aware of some of the people of this community, and thus I don't want to end up being compared to the people of this community. And it's not, before I crucify myself, it is not me saying everyone in the Persona community likes underage girls or underage guys. Not everybody in the DDLC community does that. But some do, and that's something that really can't be denied. Some do, more than they should. Some of you should be in jail by now, and I get it. I really do get that there are going to be people that are going to say, well, so what? And that's a fair point, but I need to start thinking about what I want to provide to this channel personally, and I've grown up enough to realize that I don't really want to talk about those two games anymore. even if those 2 games brought me the most success I have ever seen in my life. So to say that I don't want to do this solely because of that reason is not true. It's a big reason, but it's not true. And for those of you that are really upset by it, I don't know what to tell you. You can unsubscribe from this channel and find another channel that does it better than I do, which I bet that there are channels that do it better than I do, but good luck with that, because I don't know, I don't really care anymore. Which, let's get into that. But before we do, let's talk about podcasting real quick. I feel like I gotta get that one out of the fucking way. That one's a real big one we're gonna talk about. First, let's start off with what I believe to be the most successful podcast I've created so far, which is I Hate Everything. On YouTube at least. It is not going to continue, which is sad to say, but it's just not really something that I can creatively add to anymore. Turns out when you don't hate a lot of things, it becomes hard to manage a podcast in which you're supposed to hate everything. I think that for what it's worth, those videos that we did create were very good ones, and I hope that you guys continue to enjoy them, and for the new people that are going to be seeing them, I hope that you enjoy them as well. But yeah, no more I Hate Everything. And the big punch in the gut, which some of you probably already knew, but I'll reiterate anyway. The Tonight Talk, which hasn't had an episode since 2 years ago. I want to say 2 years ago, probably longer than that. The Tonight Talk will not be continuing. It will not go into its next season. It's just not, yeah, no, it's not going to happen. It's not because of Javen and I or any differences that we had. We wanted to do the Tonight Talk again, and we came very close to doing so, but our livelihoods pretty much just took a turn, and you know, we had to adapt to that. And I think a lot of the time that happens, and you just have to move on and do better. And I think that ultimately it's worth it, because we get to stay friends while also not really resenting each other for what could have been. I don't resent it at the bare minimum. I really hope he doesn't. That would suck if he did. I think that the Tonight Talk was a great idea that we could have expanded upon, but the ship has sailed. And it really sucks to say that, but I'm glad we did it. I have a lot of fond memories of the Tonight Talk, and we probably will do podcasting again, but as of right now, I'm just gonna take my toes out of the podcasting waters real quick. I don't know how to feel about it. Just I think I'm gonna take a break from podcasting real quick. So yeah. And this leads me to my final topic of the video, I guess, which is on 21 minutes recording right now, which is, you know, what is this, a Let's Play episode? Collegiate Careers and other film stuff. Yay! For those of you that were not aware, I am a big film person. I want to become a filmmaker. I am 21 and thus have not really started my career yet, but I am actively trying, and Collegiate Careers is one of those projects that I've been working on for a little while, trying to see what works, what doesn't work, and it's really fun. Collegiate Careers Episode 1, Girls Lockers, the pilot episode, actually is an award-winning screenwrite, which is kind of crazy, but it really is. I don't know how. It also has a semi-finalist laurel attached to it as well for the Hollywood Just for Short screenplay competition, which is really fun. I think it's a good script. I think that it can definitely go places. As for whether I plan on pitching it somewhere or producing it alone, I think I probably will produce it alone if I want to kill myself. But yeah, of course, we said that Collegiate Careers would be coming out like later this year. That's not gonna happen due to extenuating circumstances, if I could even say that. Definitely you won't be seeing the first episode of Collegiate Careers this year. In fact, you probably won't see it for a while. And that's a good thing. I think that it's a great way for us to kind of continuously work on the show and make it better. While we're focusing on the production assets of it, I'm working on the other episodes. I finished episode 2, which is the election. It's about the presidential election, and it's a very funny episode. I think it's an episode that people will like. especially if you're politically active. It's a very like kind of shitting on the establishment episode if you really kind of look at it. I've also been focusing on other episodes out of context, like episode 5, which is about Levi and Derek going to the gym, and that's a really fun one. I think that's especially a fun one because I go to the gym, and so I know a lot of the stereotypes that I'll be talking about. It'll be really fun. And yeah, I think that it's a great series. I also will be working on other scripts as well. I have been working on other scripts as well. And yeah, I think there's just a lot to be said about what I plan on doing outside of that. And I guess the point of this section outside of Collegiate Careers was kind of to address something very important, which is I'm going to be focusing on film much more than anything else. I mean, that's just a harsh reality. And for those of you who understand that, thank you. I appreciate that. And for those of you that don't, again, you can unsubscribe. I have no issue if you do that. It's nothing against you. It's nothing against me. You do what you got to do, and I do what I got to do. So you won't be seeing a lot of videos per se, but for whatever projects we'll be working on, there will be much information on that when the time comes. So hopefully you guys understand that, and if you do, I appreciate that. Are you focusing on me? Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Almost gouged my eyes out there. Okay, I've talked about the games. I've talked about Collegiate Careers. I've talked about podcasting. What the fuck else is left? The Let's Plays are, oh, fuck. That's all I can say about them. They're oh and fuck. They're the worst parts of this channel, 100%. I think as a meaning of sustainability, Let's Plays are a bad idea. The last Let's Play video I dropped got, what, like 5 views? Not sustainable. I also don't have a lot of fun editing them, which, you know, sucks to say, but it's the truth. I don't really enjoy editing a lot of the Let's Play videos, and it's just not really worth my time. I have more fun editing the commentary videos that are much more effort driven, and you know, the Let's Plays are fun, but they're also painstaking, I guess is the word I would use. That's not to say by any regard that the Let's Plays were not good videos, and I have gotten good views on Let's Play videos before. It's just really more of a, it's not really what I want to do. The only reason I did them was because I wanted to have something for you guys to watch as filler, basically, for when there were no commentary videos, and they didn't really work out that way, so I don't really enjoy them, me personally. So from now on, I will be focusing only on commentary videos, video essays, whether it be reviews, retrospectives, opinions, whatever kind of stuff that is. I bet that there were not a lot of Let's Play fans to begin with, so my bad if you are one. I would assume that if you were a Let's Play fan of me, you're probably just a fan of me and you watch the Let's Plays. And so you're willing or you want to watch the other videos. And if not, again, you can unsubscribe. I have no problem with that. You do you, bud. I will do me. We won't do each other. Probably. And finally, my next point. That was sour. Oh my god, that was sour. Jesus Christ. I have never been consistent on this channel, and I never will be. I've come to that realization. I think even if I graduate college, I still will not be consistent. Not if I when I graduate, but even if I were to, you know what, that came off wrong. When I graduate college, I'm still not gonna be consistent. Why? Because I don't want to be. I think when you're a small creator, you have this mentality that you're supposed to be, you know, consistent and frequent, and you're supposed to put out more content so that you can grow and be bigger and be like an influencer, a huge influencer. And I have come to realize over the past, what, like 6 years of doing this, I don't want to fucking grow anymore. Or I don't care to, really, is a better way to put it. I don't care to grow. I just want to have fun. I don't think it was mentally good for me to think this way. And now that I am past that, I'm able to sit down and go, shit, I want to make videos for me, not for you. And that's saying a lot, but it's the reality. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support that I've gotten from you guys, and I think that if it were not for you guys, I wouldn't be able to make content in the first place. But unfortunately, I also will be putting my health before anything else. And if I want to stay mentally sane, which, you know, that ship has sailed, but to keep whatever's left, I can't upload consistently. And I can't upload things I don't want to upload. I love making videos. I think I've grown accustomed to it at this point. And I've enjoyed every video that has been a video essay. I don't think I've had a single one where I've sat down and I was like, man, that was a shit fucking video. I've found joy in at least one part of every video I've ever made since being on this platform. But part of growing is realizing that things need to change every now and again. And I want to start making videos for me, no one else. I know that that might not be very easy for a lot of you to accept, and this will probably be the hardest part for you guys to listen through, but the harsh reality is I don't care. If you feel like I should be making videos for you, you're wrong. And I'm sorry that I gave you that interpretation. I think that if this were my full-time job, and if I were making money off of you guys, then yeah, I owe it to you. You're giving me money, but you're not. And even if you are, it's at a rate so insignificant, it doesn't even affect me. I've never been paid off of YouTube, and I've been partnered for a while. I've never been paid, which says a lot. And because of that, I don't think it's a smart idea to make videos for a group of people that, you know, may watch my videos. Instead, I should make them for me. And if people watch them, great. And if they don't, who gives a shit? And that's the mentality I'm going to live by. And for those of you who don't like it, the unsubscribe button is right below this video. And for those of you that are okay with it, I appreciate that. But don't expect any type of, you know, special treatment. Yeah, I'll take suggestions any day of the week. There's a huge difference, I think, in that regard. The whole Silent Hill thing started because of a suggestion, and it has been a great one. So throw suggestions my way. I have no problem with listening to those. But outside of that, I don't want to owe people anything anymore. So yeah, I will be making videos for myself, and I hope you guys can understand that. I need a drink. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I understand that this may not be the easiest of pills to swallow for some of you. That's understandable. You don't have to like this video. I won't care. So you do you, I guess. If you enjoyed it though, thanks. And if you really enjoyed it and you're not subscribed, hit the button, I guess. I don't know. You do you. I don't really care. I guess that's it. I'm not going to promote anything else. I don't really feel the need to. Stay tuned for the next video that drops. And yeah, have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.